Hey guys, welcome to Respiratory 3260. This video is to discuss bubble CPAP. So some indications for bubble CPAP would be a newborn that is having severe respiratory distress. This could even be transient to keeping of the newborn. They just have excessive fluid in the lungs from delivery that might not have got all worked out. It could be for pneumonia and also for recruitment of a smaller neonate. We're gonna use the bubble CPAP to give additional pressure to help maintain the alveoli open to help with work of breathing, because what is causing them to work hard is that increased surface tension from the additional fluid, and also while they're trying to get their alpha cells working to make their own surfactant to decrease that surface tension. So we're going to help keep those alveoli open, help with pulmonary alveolar recruitment, help overcome pneumonia issues if they do have a pneumonia, and just make sure that they don't collapse down. A few things with bubble CPAP that they have found is not only are we giving that additional pressure that we want to help maintain the alveoli open, but the bubbles also give an oscillatory effect, which is very beneficial for these brand new lungs. So that's kind of the theory. Now I'm going to run you through the practice. This is one version of a bubble CPAP machine. There can be different versions, but just as with any respiratory equipment, they all do the same thing. They're all beneficial the same. It's just where what adapters go where. So moving to the back, just as with all respiratory equipment, ventilators, any major piece of equipment, we are electronically. So this is hooked up to our heater and plugged into the red socket. So we are electronically and pneumatically run. So we have our blender here that we can adjust the FiO2 to. And then we have you need a 15-liter flow meter attached to a blender, because we run bubble CPAP on 12 to 14 liters of flow. So that is a big deal. 12 to 14 liters of flow is what is used for bubble CPAP. Next, I'll just bring you guys down. We have our oxygen tubing, which comes down into our actual bubble CPAP. Let me see if I can make this a little clearer for you guys. Okay, so coming down, we have our heater, and again, there will be different heaters. This one specifically is a, I think it's Hudson Concha heater. So we have a T-piece here, which this connects to our flow, our 12 to 14 liters. We can put an oxygen analyzer here on this side. One thing I found with practice is sometimes this will get a little bit loose and it'll kind of vibrate. So you can just kind of twist it in and it will stay better. We also have a pop-off here so that if for some reason we are having back pressure, that we don't go above 12.5 centimeters of water pressure. So this is our safety pop-off valve. And it will kind of hiss and you'll hear it vibrate if for some reason you are getting back pressure. Next, we have our Concha column that sits inside of our heater. Just remember, if there's any metal to metal, that's how we heat up a system. This goes in the inhalation, and then we have our blue corrugated tubing attached to the heater wires on the headed towards our BP. Next, we have our inspiratory limb with our heater wires up to our adapter up here, our Y, this patient Y, and we will give bubble CPAP non-invasively. So this is the adapter where it will come occluded to keep it safe and also to make sure your equipment is running properly. This is where you will attach whatever interface your facility uses. I am used to the RAM cannula, so the RAM cannula can attach directly to this adapter. It's a universal adapter. So whatever the facility you're at uses, attaches here. Following that out, we go to the expiratory limb. And remember, when we're getting CPAP, it is the expiratory pressure. So we have the flow that we deliver to the baby, but it's the expiratory pressure that gives us that PEEP. Down to our little cups where we can collect rain out. We have both that on the inspiratory and expiratory limbs. Up to our bubble device. So if you guys can see it, there's a line right here. You will feel this twists off. Maybe. And you fill this cup up to the line with water, up to the marked line with water. Then you attach your CPAP and screw it on. If for some reason you overfill or there is excessive condensation building up in here, you do have this device that you can attach a syringe to that you pop open, and you can draw up water with the little white straw in there to get back to the level so you're giving adequate and appropriate pressures. So we have our expiratory line. And then we have a dial here. Now watch as I change this dial. It goes anywhere from 1 to 9. So anything below 5 is not therapeutic. 5 is the base you go. Remember, I will roundhouse kick you in the head if anything below 5 centimeters water pressure. Babies, big people, anything. So typically you'll use anywhere between 5 and 9 centimeters of water pressure. This is just my own personal brand of crazy. I like to start at 7, lucky number 7. It's in the middle and it gives adequate pressure. But watch this column here inside the water as I change the dial. It goes up and down because we are actually measuring centimeters of water pressure. So that's why we have the line, is because we're measuring actual centimeters of water pressure that we are breathing against to give that CPAP. And you can see how the dial looks up top here. And it just turns to whatever pressure we are delivering. And then I like to attach an oxygen analyzer, the one that was with our original T-piece. That way I know exactly what FiO2 I am administering. And then with the blender over here, you can adjust whatever FiO2 is needed for your baby. This is a good piece of equipment. It sets up fast, takes down fast. It's pretty inexpensive for respiratory equipment because no respiratory equipment is cheap. But it does great work, and I've seen it help out a lot of kids. So that is bubble CPAP. You guys will most likely see quite a bit of this. It's pretty common. And come to class ready to practice and get hands-on. So, okay, we'll see you then.